Say hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to our day.
Welcome to our day.
Good boy.
Welcome to our day. Rock and roll.
That was the best.
So the last couple of days I've been starting to feel a little bit more energetic and a bit better in general, like in myself. So I've been trying to do a bit of tidying. Like yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember, but I sort of cleaned up the front room because you couldn't even get onto the floor. So yeah. And today I am going to be trying to tackle the kitchen, which shamefully is currently like this. Yeah, that happened. So I'm going to be doing that, but I just went outside to go get, sorry, camera fell, the recycling bags closer to the back door, and Alba really ran up to, like how she used to when we had rabbits. She ran up to the shed rabbit thing that we've got and got really excited, like we were gonna go get them out, and we haven't got any because the obvious. It was really sad, so we wanted to tell you because I ran upstairs and was just like, babe, this just happened, and she was just like, did you tell the people? And I was like, not yet, but now I have. Yeah, so that was really sad. But yeah, so I'm going to try and give the kitchen a good go. I will let you see what it's going to be like afterwards. It's not going to be perfect, I know that 100% now, because I'm slow, and I know that it's unrealistic of me personally to say I'm going to clear that by the time I'm done today. But I'm going to give it a good go, so watch this space. There I was, just casually tidying up, and I just had a bumblebee land on my top. This is what I'm wearing. So it's like bright yellowy green, and he just casually just buzzed in, landed on me, crawled around a little bit, then flew away. And I was just like so gutted I didn't have my phone because I would have recorded it, but yeah, it was gone by the time I'd like slowly backed my way up. But yeah, that was super cute, and I think it's the first bumblebee I've seen. Actual bumblebee, the first bumblebee I've seen in years, I think. Normally it's like those other bees, like honeybees probably. I don't know if there are other types of bees. I know there probably are, but I don't know them. But an actual bumblebee, I don't actually remember the last time I saw an actual bumblebee. It's really cute and fluffy.
Alba's getting her times of day mixed up.
What are you doing?
She's going absolutely wild and seems to think it's this time of day.
It's down there, Mum. Down on the tree. I'm so conscious of my bare skin.
Dixie's going mad because I'm blowing.
Oh, if you're wondering why Alba's got a
Bad mummy.
yeah, on her foot again, it's because I tried to cut her nails, and on her dew claw I made her bleed a lot, and it was horrible.
If you don't know, Dixie, that's really shrill. I don't care, Mum. If you don't know, Dixie, if you accidentally go down too far when cutting any animal's nails, if you hit the quick, it will bleed a ton.
Yeah.
We used to, when we had the rabbits, we would have a little pot of corn flour, and basically if you put the affected nail, toe, whatever, into the corn flour, it clots it a lot quicker. Well, not having rabbits, we don't have a little pot of cornstarch, well, corn powder, cornstarch or whatever anymore. But thankfully we do have like this bandage wrap stuff, and also like the wound spray and gauze and stuff.
Hold your foot.
So yeah, I wrapped it in that and she's fine with it. What's up?
Checking the tightness. I think it's okay.
I did that when she came up.
Oh.
She did, however, this morning freak out a little bit afterwards and caught my arm.
Oh, she did, didn't she?
She got it right over the vein and I felt the vein go because it's like this little pinch and it's really painful, but it's okay.
Speaking of claws, when I said to the vet, because we forgot to ask him to clip Alba's nails, but when I said to the vet,
Hence why she was doing it today.
yeah, asked her if she'd be able to clip Dixie's nails. I said claws, can you clip her claws for us? And she was like, her nails? And I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Well, technically they're not claws on a dog, are they?
Yeah.
I think they refer to claws as like cats.
I don't know. I'm sure they're claws.
They probably are, but I would.
Well, I usually say nails, but I think I was trying to be smart and not sound stupid, and then I felt stupid because she said that.
Yeah, personally, I would. When I think of claws, I think of cats.
I usually say nails. I don't know why I didn't say nails, but I said claws, and she questioned me.
I would have probably questioned her as well.
Rude. You've had it all. No more.
Alba?
All gone.
You need to have a restricted diet lately
Like us.
because you're not getting as much exercise as you need because of your allergies.
Like us.
And you're putting on a bit of weight.
Like us.
Pets are like their owners.
Like us?
Mm. You gonna open this parcel then?
Oh, is that what you're waiting for? Oh, so it's from you.
No, I don't know. It's just sat there waiting.
Oh, okay. I've had a parcel delivered, as you can see, and I haven't ordered anything. And
Well, this is going well.
Alba, watch it not even be for me. Watch it be for the girls. See that she is so intrigued. I don't know what it would be if it is. Maybe it is for the girls. Talking about bloody weight. You're so funny.
Well,
Is that what you told me I couldn't go out?
Well, obviously for Easter tomorrow, I have like a yearly thing that I do, and Soph had ordered pot noodles. Unfortunately, Soph couldn't restrain herself earlier in the week and wanted pot noodles for tea, so she ate her Easter treat then.
I did.
And yesterday she said, I feel really bad that I don't have pot noodles for tomorrow, and I was like, well, that's your problem.
Yeah, you knew the
You ate it. You ate
so I
it.
was just like, fine, I'll have beans. And then I remembered that I didn't have any bread to have with beans because the bread went mouldy.
So she's
I had
like,
to
what was
chuck
if I
it away.
braved to go to the shop? And I was like, no, you knew the consequences. But actually, I had ordered it like yesterday morning. Fool.
You're cute.
But I've just done all the resin. I've resined Mum's rose and gerbera. I did pull a few leaves off and test both the rose and the gerbera
Petals.
because I'm doing it a different way where I've brushed the resin onto the rose and the gerbera, and it will then be pre-resined, which will give it some protection when I do it as layers, instead of just diving straight in, putting like an unfilmed sort of flower into it.
Yeah, because obviously when you think about it, even when it's been like dried and stuff, it's really fragile and brittle.
Mm-hmm.
And resin is, if you didn't know, it's quite a dense liquid.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously if you've got something really delicate and you're pouring something really thick and dense, there is quite a chance it's just going to make it collapse. So hopefully this way it will be safe.
Yeah, and I won't cook it.
And that, yeah, that's also important.
That was the main reason why I had painted it on first.
My point is also valid.
So, wish us luck. I'm not doing it in the triangle this time, even though I could, because I've now resined it that way. There's still a risk that I might not have been able to have got it all in properly, like down to the core. And then the problem with doing it in the triangle, I would have to have put it upside down and then poured the resin in. So it, like, because where the mould is, it goes in upside down, and then when you demold it, it comes out the right way. And if I did that, then I can't guarantee 100% that the resin would have covered the whole of the rose properly, and then it risks having an area to be able to still rot. And then if that happens, it will kill the whole thing within the resin regardless. So we're now doing it in like a massive sphere. And we're going to do like a little band that it can sit on. And I'm going to have it that way because I can do it in 2 parts. And I can have the rose up the right way. So hopefully I can cover the rose 100% and it'll all be fine.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because I cannot ruin Mum's rose. Like, it hurt me that I'd, like, don't have the rose anymore. So, obviously, the petals that I've pulled off of Mum's rose, I'm going to keep for myself. But it's not the same. Obviously, the idea we were going to have was to go get petals anyway. And that's what I keep trying to tell myself is, like, we were only going to have petals. I died. Yeah, we did buy some petal drying sheets because our intention was to only get petals from the funeral.
Did we?
Yeah, like that tiny little. They were in a pink cardboard because we were going to get petals off with the red roses.
No. That was a while ago.
It was, but because it all got screwed up and we couldn't get down to the graveside, Mum got me a whole white rose that was on top of it, on top of his coffin. So obviously we were really lucky that we had that, and it only just survived the journey home. And then obviously I killed it, and obviously that upset me, but then with being able to pull the petals off, all I keep thinking is that this is all that we were meant to have anyway, so at least we've got this. Obviously we have got some of the leaves as well from the roses, so I'm going to try and do something with like a couple of leaves. I've got a couple of petals, and yeah, I don't know what we're going to be able to do, but I'm sure we'll find something.
And for us, it's not the same as a flower, obviously, but we've got some of Chris's clothes that we're going to be making into the back of a blanket.
I've been cross-stitching this blanket now for
A good few years.
yeah, but I like not continuously. I like start it, and then my fingers get really sore from doing it, and then I have a break, and then I just start it again. It's a blanket that we're going to give to our first child. So yeah, we decided, we asked Mum if there was any plain t-shirts of Chris's that we could have, and so said she'll sew it together kind of patchworky, and
Yeah.
we'll use it as the backing of the blanket. So
It'll be super cute.
yeah, there'll be something to give to his grandchildren when we do eventually have some.
Yeah.
So that they've got a part of him as well. So yeah, we have got other things, but obviously in the like as it happens, it like all the emotions just it hits you, and then like what it does for us, it hits us and we don't think straight, and then for us afterwards we then try and like calm ourselves and tell us, like, reason with ourselves that we can do other things. And yeah, it's just one of those things that we are trying to do. I had this message on TikTok from someone. I don't know who it is, there's no name. It's a brand new account, like no pictures, no nothing. I'm guessing it's somebody from the vlog, because they didn't specifically say, but in it it was like a story. You know when you tag somebody in a story and then you get to see it for 24 hours and then it disappears? Well, I had that and it came through as a message, nothing else. I can't read it now because the 24 hours is up. I can't remember the whole message. All I remember is it's them saying that they like the vlogs, which is quite nice, thank you. And they said that Sophie and I are really cute, but how did we know when it was true love? Which is quite an intense question. Yeah. Do you have an answer?
Okay, you go first. Why me first? You go first.
For something in short, like,
I'm intrigued.
Obviously not going into too in-depth detail about our relationship. I think one main thing that somebody could look at, and what I think of, is like when you're sitting together and like there's no conversation, you are just sitting there and
like literally doing completely different things.
Just complete silence, and it could be for hours. And
we live a riveting life.
And like we're all in our own little zones and you're okay with it. Like you're not sat there like, shit, what am I supposed to be saying? Am I supposed to do something?
Yeah.
Like, is this right? Or am I boring? Do I actually like them? I think,
like, to the extent that you're that okay with it, that when you're not in that situation and you're not next to each other, just literally just doing nothing but doing it together, you feel like you're missing something because the person that you can do nothing with isn't there. And I think that's a really important thing, is look for someone that you can do nothing with and
you're completely okay with it.
Yeah, it feels perfect. Really?
Yeah, basically. It's not grand gestures, it's not buying stuff, it's not making a point on social media, not pouring your heart out and things like that. Yes, that stuff is really nice, but I think obviously you need to be attracted to that person. But I think being able to sit with somebody in silence and be okay with it, I think that's a big part. I think if you're sat there in silence and they're on their phone and you're like, oh, are they talking to somebody else? Or like, is he talking about me, or is she talking about me, or whatever? Like, I think if you've got those thoughts going through your mind, then it's not, I don't think it's meant to be.
No. Because
you're questioning things.
Yeah.
But I think if you can just, you're content with just sitting there in silence and you're okay with it and you're not worried or panicked or constantly questioning the other person, then I think you need to kind of question whether that's the right person.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
And then obviously the buying stuff and just being with somebody and whatever else, that is nice on top.
Yeah.
Like pot noodles.
Yes, pot noodles are nice. Awkward.
But yeah. So like, Sophie and I was actually saying the other day that it's stupid. We're with each other 24/7, but on days like today, I've been up here on my own and Sophie's been downstairs sorting and tidying and whatever else. Like, that for us, we hate it.
Yeah. Like, to the extent that although we're both distracted, I would keep, this is gonna sound really stupid, I keep going to like the bottom of the stairs and just like checking that she's okay, just because like
she's not sat here seeing that I'm
exactly.
okay.
I worry and I care so much, and it just doesn't feel right not being next to each other, does it?
No.
Like when one of us is in hospital, most of the time obviously it's Charlie, as you know, that's hell.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
Especially in the early stages where my bloods are so off that it might like I'm really drowsy or I'm exhausted or if I'm in intensive care or something like that.
Yeah.
And when you're having an asthma attack and you're in intensive care when you first go in, your thing isn't to go on your phone.
No, not at all.
So,
and obviously I know that, and that's fine, and usually when that happens, that's the time that I'll go stay with Mum and Dad.
And be ringing the ward like
all the time. Well, at least trying to. It's really bloody hard. But yeah, so that
kind of the answer really.
Yeah.
But yeah, be nice to know who you are.
Yeah.
Person anonymous.
Yeah.
Especially as I can't
see it again.
Yeah. It's now I've got in my little brain, I'm just like, is it somebody who leaves comments regularly? Is it not? Is it somebody new? Questions.
Especially when Charlie goes onto TikTok just before she goes to sleep. Because if it's something that only pops up for 24 hours and she sees it just before she sleeps, she will not remember it.
No.
And then it will be gone.
That little section right before bed when I'm really drowsy because my meds have kicked in.
Yeah,
you've got no chance.
No. Wait, we can have a full conversation and she won't remember.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope that helps. But other than that, that's our day.
Yep.
So thanks for coming with Davis, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.